Hi everyone, it's Tara from Divine by Designs, and I am hiding behind the camera today because I did not want to take away from this beautiful view of the garland that I just made that I am going to show you in today's video how to make step by step. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to ask. Also, if you have a few minutes, go and jump into my Etsy shop and see my new fall line of wreaths featuring many colors and the same exact flowers that you are seeing in this garland, along with so many more. The link is in my bio and I will put it up here too. And I hope you enjoy. So before I get started, I just want to explain to you this garland base. It's actually 2 pieces of garland that I wired in the middle. I apologize that I can't zoom in with this video, but the problem is because it's so big, you'd only be able to see this much. And I don't even have the ends in. I will kind of move the camera around later when I get there. But these are 2 pieces of garland that I wired together. And today I'm going to only be tucking in everything, my flowers, my eucalyptus, my sorghum, instead of hot gluing. And the reason why is because this was actually pretty expensive, and you can see all of the detail in it, and it's pretty full. I spent about $60 or $70 on the 2 pieces combined. So I want to be able to use it for other seasons. And if you hot glue it in and you then go to pull everything off of it to change up the flowers, it could ruin the garland. So that's why I'm tucking it in. I don't think I'm going to have a problem with it. We'll see, I guess, as the time goes on and I start to plug everything in. But the most important thing is making sure it's secure on your fireplace. Like mine is pushed in so that the weight of everything that I put in it doesn't make it fall off. So if you want it on the outside more, I would somehow tie it to the sides of your fireplace and then kind of take it from there. So what I'm going to be using for the base of different eucalyptus and pampas grass are pinks, burgundies, and purples. This is the pampas grass and the sorghum that I'm going to be using. I'm using 2 different eucalyptus. The theme that I'm going for this fall is a more warm, romantic look, so burgundy and pink. And then I'm also using these leaves that are a very, very, very dark purple. I think it will go nicely. So basically what I did is I got all of these pieces and then cut them up into pieces. I'm not going to obviously put a whole stem in. And I'm going to try to do this as organized and even as possible. So I even split these up by sizes. As you can see, this is a smaller one and this is a bigger one. And basically the look that I'm going for is I want some shooting out that way and some shooting out this way, and then with something coming in the middle. And to be honest, I haven't figured it out yet. So we're going to do that together. So I'm going to start with the bigger piece and kind of put it right here, and you could see I'm lifting up this piece of eucalyptus and kind of just sticking the stem in. I wouldn't worry too much about the stem showing, even though that one's not. I'm sure a couple will, but there's going to be so much in this garland, no one's really going to notice. And then I'm just gonna kind of keep going, right? So I have this smaller piece right here, and again, I'm just sticking it in the garland on this side. And we may have to mess around a little bit with placement. I didn't do this prior to because I wanted to do it with you guys. So it may be that it doesn't really fit well. So that's something that we're going to see. And if that's the case, then we can just move it around. That's the other great part about not using the hot glue. So now this is a medium-sized piece. Another great part about not using the hot glue is nothing is permanent. I can move whatever I want. Here's a smaller one. I'm gonna kind of put it closer. And then again, back to the other side and sticking this in here and here to make it all look even. When I make wreaths, and even when, if you've looked at some of my other videos on my YouTube channel, I pre-make them and you don't see that part. So I don't glue them in, but I kind of position everything to see what I'm doing. And that kind of helps me know what I'm doing better. But this one, I didn't do that. So it is a learning experience for you and for me. So I'm gonna do 2 more big ones. You see how here there's really nothing? I think I want to tuck in one there and kind of have it coming out, and tuck in right here. You know, what I love about this job so much is I can do whatever I want. Sometimes there is no game plan, and I feel like it's so satisfying when everything comes together all from your mind. It can be challenging, but satisfying. So this is a medium and a small. So I'm going to start with the medium and kind of put it down there. And then the small, I'm going to piggyback. And then I also have to leave some for the ends, and the ends I'm going to be zip tying, since I can't just place it in. That will definitely fall. And I'm not going to do that here because I'm going to zoom in on one of the ends so I can show you what I'm doing and you can get a better sense of it. So we have, let's see. I'm going to do one, because there's 2 more large ones. I'm going to save that for the end, and then there's 2 medium and 2 small. So I'm going to put that here so we start to segue for the sides when we do it later. And then same thing here. Just going to stick it right in, and that's it. Now, why don't we let's do the pink eucalyptus, because that's a huge contrast to this. And then we can use the burgundy to blend. So this is the pink eucalyptus. I'm just grabbing a bunch. Okay. These are for the most part all the same, so I didn't bother to organize it and separate it like I did with these leaves, just because these leaves there were a lot of different sizes. So already I want to move this one right here. Oh, get that out of my hand so I can move it gently. You do have to be gentle when you're styling it, especially as we continue to add stuff, just because if there's stuff overlapping, which there will be, you don't want to rip out a whole bunch of stuff. So I think I'm actually going to change my mind, and I'm going to start from back here to kind of see how it looks. This one doesn't lay the same way as that, so I don't want it to look like it's just pointing out, if that makes sense. So we're going to go here. I'm kind of angling it instead of pointing out like this. I'm angling it like that. And you see how this piece is overlapping there. We're going to do the same thing here so that there's a little bit of overlap. Again, it doesn't have to look or be perfect. No flower in real life is ever perfect. So this doesn't have to be either. I just try to have some sort of consistency. And again, it's a strength and also a flaw, but I can be a pretty big perfectionist. So it'll irritate me if it looks a little too off. So here on the ends, see how that's coming out? I'm pointing it in the same direction because you want it to flow, right? So you want it to point or go in the same direction, or at least that is how I want it to go. And what I may do is I may not even use all of the pink eucalyptus now. I may just use a little bit, and then as we continue on adding everything else and eventually adding the flowers that I haven't showed you, then I may even add some more. Okay, I think we're done there. And what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna save 4 pieces of the pink eucalyptus for both of the sides that I told you I'd zoom in later. Now we're going to do the burgundy one. I'm just down here grabbing some. Okay. I'm already liking all of the contrast of colors. So this one, I'm trying to get to angle kind of up a little bit, just like the other one. If I can't do it on this side though, which I'm struggling because that one's leaning against this eucalyptus. So what I'm gonna do is, you see this eucalyptus, I'm using it as a base to kind of prop this one up. And I'm going to move this. That's another thing I like about this garland. It's very bendy. So I can kind of move it and manipulate it. And I'm kind of building up here because I need to hide that gap that I showed you in the beginning of the video. Okay, we're gonna put that one here. And we'll do one here. And we'll do one there. And I already see something else I want to move. See how close that one is? Look at how far that one is. So I'm gonna take that one back a little bit. And again, remember, does not have to be perfect. Now I put that in between the 2 pinks, so I'm gonna do that right here. Kind of want to build up the back a little bit. So now I'm gonna go back here and add to that. And I'm using some of the other leaves to prop other stuff on so you could see both. Okay, see how I have that leaning there? And let's see. That one I'm gonna put right in the middle over there. And this I'm gonna do the same. Okay, same thing. Now I'm gonna put 4 of them on the side for the bottoms. Over there. And now we're gonna move on to the sorghum. So how many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Okay. This needs to get tucked in a little bit better. All right, there. Okay. So, let's see. I'm not going to start with the middle this time. I'm going to start kind of right there. Let's do another one here. Now I'm going to go on the other side and basically mimic that, where I have one pointing out a little bit And then I have one in the center. And again, it's just kind of laying. This one needs to come down a little bit more. And this one, move a little more there. Okay. I think I want to add one right in here. Just tucking it in underneath something. And that's kind of cornered, so I'm going to do the same thing here and corner it. And let's do one up here where that buildup is. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay. Just want to prop that up a little bit there. All right. And we have one extra, so I don't know if I can really use that. So we're just gonna kind of put that down there. The pampas grass I'm doing last. Now let me pull out my flowers. I love these flowers. Look at how pretty. And these colors, oh my gosh. So I have 9 of each. So I'm going to start with, I don't know how I'm going to like it, but we're going to see. I'm going to put one there and one kind of there. And we may move that. We're going to see. So I'm going to start with, I think I'm going to alternate the colors because you see how it's darker to lighter? Now I think I'm going to do a darker one there. And I'll see how that looks. And I left the green in on purpose just so that it adds even more depth and dimension. And what I'm trying to do right now is stagger it so that you can still kind of see everything else. If I am making sense, I hope I'm making sense. Let's do that one kind of lower here. When you see it, you could still see the pink and still see the burgundy. Same here. And I want to do one up there. And then here on this side, going to add the pink. Let me actually look at that. So that one was up and above here. Okay. All the way back here, I'm going to add one. So now we're kind of getting towards the end. And right now, we have 6 flowers left. So I'm definitely going to want 2, I think. Probably 2. So I'm going to put 4 of them on the side, 2 light pink and 2 dark. And now I'm left with this. So maybe what I will do is maybe I'll do almost a double stack here. So that little gap I had, that's gone, right? See how I got rid of that. I don't like the way that looks though. So I'm going to alternate the colors and see if I like that better. I think I do. Okay. So now we have these 4 pieces of pampas grass, and these are heavy. So this is something I'm definitely gonna have to zip tie in at the bottom. But I'm thinking, see how at least for my mantle, it's out right here and then it goes in. I'm thinking that a good place may be this corner dip. Could be wrong, but I'm going to try it and see if I like how it looks. I do. I like how this one's angled. You see how I angled it this way? That one's sticking straight out. I don't like that. I want this one angled. So I'm literally just lifting up the garland. See, I lifted it up and then I angled it. Now I don't want it taking away from the flower. So I lifted this flower here. Okay. So I think it's time to do the sides. So I'm going to move around the camera and we will be right back. Now, unlike how I saved the pampas grass for last for the top, I think I'm going to want to do that one first. But what's tough about this is I can't just lay it in. So it's hard for me to figure out exactly where I want it. So let me see. Will it stay for a second to let me step back? No. Okay. I'm going to zip tie this and pray, and then I'm going to take a step back, and worst case scenario, if I don't like it, I'm just going to cut it off and relocate it. Okay. I don't know if I like it, guys. I think it may be too heavy for down there. So I'm going to cut it off, and we're gonna not add this here. We're gonna put it in the top part, and I'll zoom in there again once I'm done with this side, do the other side, and then work on it. But we're definitely gonna add the eucalyptus. So we want to do a pink one. Okay, and what I'm going to do is kind of put these in. Well, you know what? Before I do anything, let me fluff this out a little bit more. I didn't really fluff it out prior to. I fluffed everything else out, not this. That looks a lot better. So I'm going to probably try to use one zip tie for 2 of these, because why not? So let's add the pink in here. And I just have to get it to a base that I could zip tie it to. And these are bendable, so I can move it around. And then when I do the other side, remember the pink is in the front, the burgundy is in the back, so we want to just remember that. See? Gives me some space to do that. And let's see where I want to put these. Now this I can kind of stick in, it's not going to fall. Whoa. Well, it did fall, but I can probably stick it in for a second and just kind of see how it lays. And I do like how that looks. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna add this one probably here. Okay. I'm going to try to zip tie the both of these together. So really what I'm doing right now, and I know you can't see me, but I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm just looking for a stem to zip tie to. That's it. You just have to find a stem. You'll be able to do it, I promise you, even though you can't see me. Okay. Oh. I thought I had that one, but I didn't. So that's okay. We have plenty of zip ties. So again, just going in here, finding a stem, and I know it moved, but that's okay. We can remove it, zip tying it, and there you go. Now we have this purple. And this one we may not have to zip tie. I think I want it on top more. So I'm just kind of finding a little area that I think I can securely stick it in and that it will stay. Okay, I don't want it taken away from my flower. I like that. So I'm going to just go and take this and kind of put it over there. And now we have our two flowers that have to go somewhere. And these will definitely have to be zip tied. So we have the dark one here. So I'm thinking we'll go probably right in here. Now this top one, I may be able to get away with not zip tying if I put it up high enough. So let's see. Okay, and this too, right? We can bend it. So I don't want that eucalyptus sticking out. So there. And then this one, I'm gonna kind of stick in here and see how it looks. Now I'm holding it from the top here so it doesn't go anywhere. I'm bending it a little so you could see it. And I think I like it there. So let's zip tie this guy. Oh, it's falling. Do you guys ever get confused like me? I zip tie everything and I always still somehow forget which way I'm supposed to put the zip tie in. Like all the other things I remember. Full time I'm a therapist, so I have a pretty good memory, except for this. Never with zip ties. Okay, now I want to bend it. I don't like how it's hanging. I want to bend it this way more. So it's not pointing out, but it's pointing in this direction. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go real quick, match the other side, and then I'll come back to the full frontal view. We gotta add those two more pampas grass and anything left over that we have. All right, guys, so I pulled the camera back even a little bit more so now you could see everything. And we have a few extra pieces of this eucalyptus. So I kind of think I want some more pink here and there. So let me add one on this side too. See, I'm just kind of placing it in. You guys can mess around with this. I have cats, so I'm sure it's going to get ruined at some point, and then I'll just fix it. Want some pink back here. And I think I'm just going to put that one there. See, so I didn't do it perfectly side to side with these two, and that is okay. And then maybe here, let me see how this will look. And maybe add a little bit of burgundy back here, and then maybe one there. And there's a pink one here that came a little bit loose. I'm gonna actually add that one right there. We have this little bit of extra here. So it's perfect since there's only one. I'm gonna stick it in the middle, put a little angled, push it out a little bit. Okay, and the last two pampas grass. So I know we talked about putting it in the corners. Let's see how it looks. We could always move it more to the middle, but I don't know if I want to. I'm thinking I'm gonna like the corners. Yeah, I like the corners. So there you have it. The last thing I have, and I'm not sure what I want to do with these yet, but there's these cute little blush pumpkins, and I could probably kind of fit it. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. And just kind of plop it in here. Angle that one a little bit more there, and then I do have a third one. I don't know, what do you think? Should we try for the middle? Let's see. If I kind of placed it right there, and then maybe put the flower here. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think I like that. Move that up. The center I'm way more particular with, just because I feel like that's what everyone's going to look at. And I'll probably play with this a little bit again too, but there you go, guys. Your fall garland for your fireplace. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please remember to like it, to share it, comment with any questions you may have, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you will get all of the updates. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is my fall garland featuring so many romantic, warm colors. I love it. I'm super happy with it, and you can add more. You could take some out. Remember, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me if there's anything I could help you with. And also remember to like and share this, and please subscribe so you'll get notifications to all of my new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon.